Tonight on the Ninja Turtle Show, we have a lot to talk about. Splintered Fate getting DLC. Have you played Splintered Fate? It's getting DLC. We're talking about Mutants Unleashed. Pardon me. Dr. Squatch Soup. Have you heard of Dr. Squatch Soap? Pardon me. I said Dr. Squatch Soup. We're off to a great start. Happy Turtle Tuesday. We have a lot more to get to. Enough of this intro. I've already botched it. Let's just get to the show. Go Ninja! Go Ninja! Go! Welcome to My Ninja Turtles channel. It's almost 9 p.m. in the Big Apple, and this is the Ninja Turtles Show. How the shell are ya? Cowabunga! Your weekly live stream every Turtle Tuesday, covering Ninja Turtles news, toys, cartoons, movies, comics, whatever the shell we want.
Pizza heaven!
And like I mentioned tonight, we have a lot to get to. Off to a great start. I like to mess up within the first minute of the show, get it out of the way. Now we can party, of course. Now we can get to the show. Happy Turtle Tuesday, everybody. Hope you all are doing well. Hope you all are doing well. Jay Headley, Cat Yellow Rango, Miso Ori, what's going on? DJ Majo, Curious Torrance, David Tudraw, Nordic Frost, hello all. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Early. For the first time ever. Early. Usually I'm late, but tonight I am early, and I'm thankful all of you have joined me. It's a party whenever we're together. What's up, Gen X Catholic?
Give it up, Shredder! You're
Now it's time to party. Of course, we do this live stream every Turtle Tuesday, and I do videos throughout the week as well. Last week, did a video about Tales of the TMNT. Make sure to slash the like button, of course. Subscribe, leave a comment if you don't already. What's going on, Jason Yeager? Welcome, everybody. Of course, last week I released a video continuing my review of Tales of the TMNT TV show, reviewing episode 4. And I said, not good. You know, not great, not horrible, but not good. Maybe for some people, not necessarily for me. I had my little picks with this, but next week we're taking a break from the Tales of the TMNT TV show review. We are taking a break. And we are reviewing a comic book, going away from the TV show and to a comic book, a Casey Jones comic. You don't see a lot of Casey Jones comic books. There's only a few of them. You usually see the Turtles, and Casey's a supporting character, but sometimes Casey Jones gets his own comic. So, it's going to be a nice one. It's a forgotten comic as well. Rick Veitch, North by Down East. I'm not sure if you're familiar with North by Down East. Great comic book. And I enjoyed it. So that's going to be a little break from the Tales of the TMNT TV show. Casey Jones comic review. What's going on, everybody? Happy Turtle Tuesday. Wanted to get right into it tonight. Might not be the longest show. Starting a little bit early. Have some stuff going on. But happy Turtle Tuesday to all of you. Sometimes I get so excited. I'm so pumped during that intro. I, bobble a few words. I said Dr. Squatch Soup instead of Dr. Squatch Soap. Right at the beginning of the show. That's not a good way to start, but I plowed right through it. I thought I could start over. We could do a mulligan like we did last week, but today we're just going for it. Today we're just going for it. I'm feeling wild today. Nothing can stop us. So first thing I wanted to get to, Splintered Fate. Speaking of Casey Jones, he might, is he already a playable character in Splintered Fate? I'm not sure. I haven't played this one, actually. It was only available on Apple Arcade. And then it was available on Switch, and pretty soon it's going to be available everywhere else, like Xbox, PC, all that stuff, PlayStation, whatever you want. And they're getting some DLC for Splintered Fate, a little bit of DLC, and they revealed one of the Turtles' closest allies will be available as a playable character. So I don't know if that will be Casey Jones, Usagi Ojimbo, could be April or Splinter. I'm not sure who's available already in this game other than the Turtles, because of the exclusive release on Apple Arcade. But in addition to the DLC with the closest ally, there's going to be a new environment, a new narrative, new enemies, a new story, and a new chapter. So I know this is like a roguelike game. It's different every time you play it. There's always a lot of stuff going on. And they're continuing to add to it, so that's nice. Who knows? You could be able to play as Leatherhead or Slash. We're not sure. So that's very exciting. That is very exciting for Splintered Fate. A little bit of news for Splintered Fate. Any Splintered Fate fans out there? I tweeted about the game today and they liked my tweet, so that was nice. The creators of the game Super Evil Megacorp liked my tweet, so that was nice. I have made contact with the makers of the game. Maybe we could do an interview with the creators or some of the developers or something. That could be fun. Speaking of video games, Mutants Unleashed, the game that takes place in the Mutant Mayhem universe, in the Tales of the TMNT universe. It's a video game that takes place in between the two movies, just like the TV series. Hey, Tato Ruzu. Hey, JR24. We started early tonight for the first time ever. You are not late. Welcome. You are perfectly on time. You are early. And Mutants Unleashed was teased at a video game conference, like a comic book convention, except for video games. They highlight new games, and the game was available for play, and we learned over the past few weeks that the big character on the top there, right above the logo, is not Worm. There was some speculation from some TMNT fans that character could be Worm, and we talked about that. But that character, oops, I just hit the pizza slice accidentally. That character is not Worm in the center. I guess it's a character named Turbo Cammy. So I think Cammy, usually a female name, might be a female enemy, female main big boss in the Mutants Unleashed game. So we will see. But this game was available essentially to be able to be played at the gaming convention. This game was available to be played, and it looks kind of cool. They've released some footage of this game. I like the art style. I like the design style of this universe. The sketchy hand-drawn art style works really well for a video game. It looks interesting. It looks dynamic. I'm not expecting the most complicated, dynamic, deep game or anything like that, but I think it's going to be a fun, brawler, beat-em-up kind of game. I'm, not holding my breath for anything earth-shaking, but I expect it. Much like the movie and the TV show, it's, it's passable, it's solid. They have some time invested on it. It'll be fun, a fun playthrough, but might not have the staying power. It might not be the most epic game you've ever played, but who knows? Could surprise us all and be really good. It seems sometimes every now and then you get you think it's going to be like a cheap made-for-TV kind of game. It turns out to be really good, but who knows? That's something I'm a little bit excited to play that game. I don't know. I haven't been enjoying the Tales of the TMNT TV show too much, but the game looks really good. The game looks fun. You could skateboard. I saw the turtles can skateboard a little bit. Who knows? DJ Mod says, honestly, they just need to work on the core mechanics and it would just be a solid game. Yeah, if the gameplay is fun and the mechanics are fun, I'll enjoy it. I'm not too picky. I'm not the picky, I'm not the most picky video game player. I'm not the pickiest gamer, but Joe Curious says, is the last Ronin video game on hiatus? I am not sure. I haven't heard any news about that in a while. I know one of the companies, maybe Black Forest Games or something, laid some people off a while back, but who knows what the status of that is. I haven't heard anything in a while. I bet they're plugging along. That should be a successful game. That should have it'll definitely have some eyes on it, but that's Mutants Unleashed. That is Mutants Unleashed. And now it's time to talk about soap. How's that for a segue? From video games to soap. Dr. Squatch soap. I'm not familiar with Dr. Squatch. I know last week we talked about, a couple weeks ago we talked about Lush, TMNT bath bombs. For ladies. Lush bath bombs, not for anyone, but generally for ladies. And this Dr. Squatch, I'm not sure about what they are, but it appears to be a men's soap. So they had the Lush for women, and now we're getting Dr. Squatch for the men, all the manly men. The Cowabunga Cleanse men's natural soap made with basil leaves. So I don't know about this soap. It seems like it's kind of a goofy novelty product or whatever, but if you're one of those macho guys that buys man soap, this is for you. If you're a Ninja Turtles guy and you need your soap to be made out of pizza ingredients, including basil leaves and tomato extract, this is for you. Nordic Frost says, this is perfect for my Ninja Turtles bathroom. Yeah, you need Ninja Turtles soap, shampoo. You'll end up smelling like a pizzeria after you use this soap. It's made with real little flakes of basil in there. So I thought that was fun. That's a goofy thing. That's a goofy product. That's a fun novelty soap. Masculine man soap. Made from natural oils. Dermatologist tested. I like that. And it really does include basil leaves and tomato extract. And salt. So it's got the 3 ingredients from pizza in this. And if you want some Ninja Turtle soap, it even looks like a block of cheese. I don't think you're going to want to take a bite, though it is soap. So that's Dr. Squatch soap. Not Dr. Squatch soup, like I mentioned earlier. Whoops. Yeah, jabón de mozzarella. It's mozzarella soap. You're correct. This is provolone soap. You're going to smell Italian after you use this. You're right, Tato Ruzu. So that was just something I wanted to pass along. If you're not a Lush bath bomb enjoyer, if you're more of a Macho Man soap, a Ninja Turtles soap, you want to smell like basil leaves, this is for you, Dr. Squatch. Only $8 as well. Those bath bombs were like $19. This is only $8, I think. So you get a 3-pack for $22. They give you a deal. So you get a 3-pack of bars of soap for $22. Nice. What a deal. Dr. Squatch. Who's complaining about that? Speaking of people who need soap, speaking of people in need of the Cowabunga cleanse, speaking of people who need soap, Redditors, people on Reddit, possibly need soap. What a transition. So people on Reddit might need soap, but I saw someone posted on Reddit, what do you dislike about TMNT the most? And I thought, that's a good question. You see a lot of questions on Reddit, who would win, Leo or Raph? Who's your favorite? Which version's which design is the best? Which version do you like the most? There's a lot of rankings and who's the best, and I like this more than that. It's a lot of just comparison. But this is just a general individual question. What do you dislike about TMNT the most? And the guy who asked the question says, I don't like how Mikey is shown as really dumb. He's carefree and goofy, but that's different than being dumb. And I like that. I thought that's a good, solid gripe. And you could see there were 60 comments and only 7 upvotes. So this was kind of a controversial post. A lot of people left comments, but not everyone liked this. Some people they downvoted. And any negativity I've noticed on the TMNT Reddit is downvoted, feverishly downvoted. And some of these comments are pretty interesting. It's interesting to see what people dislike. Super fans of the TMNT. It's interesting to see what they dislike the most. They're super fans, but they still have things they dislike. Even though you're a super fan, you're allowed to dislike things. Just because you're a super fan, you like the Turtles, doesn't mean you have to like everything about it this equally. It's unrealistic to be a diehard fan like that. But first person says the resistance these days to not letting the TMNT grow up a little bit. So I thought that's a good idea. Let the TMNT grow up, be mature, maybe late teen, a kind of adult Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Next person says, I wish they'd animate the darker comics. So that's another dislike. Another person dislikes some of the creepy drawings that get posted on here. So someone publicly says, I don't like the creepy drawings. They dislike that. Another person just says, there isn't enough of them in my life. I thought that was nice. They love the Ninja Turtles. Next person says the inflexible fans. That's what they dislike the most about TMNT is the inflexible fans. And, I kind of, it's nice to try new things, but you're allowed to like the classic vintage traditional Ninja Turtles as well. You don't have to like every change. And sometimes I feel people, when you critique a new version of the Turtles, they say, oh, you don't like anything. You want it to be the same thing over and over again. But, I would like a lot of different versions of Turtles that you might be surprised by. In the 2014 movie, I wouldn't have minded if Eric Sachs ended up being Shredder. I thought that breaks one of my rules, no race swapping, but I would have I think that was the original plan, but they changed their mind last minute. But next person says, Casey Jones is my favorite character and doesn't seem to get enough screen time. So they would like more Casey Jones. That's what they dislike about the TMNT. And next person says, the thing they dislike about TMNT is that every creator that gets a turn feels the need to redefine it rather than leaning into the existing characters and telling creative stories with them. And I completely agree with that. I thought that's a great critique of Ninja Turtles. They want someone to just do the story right instead of radically reinventing it. Next person says shipping them with humans. Next person says Seth Rogen. And then another person says the parts of the fandom who complain about change. And all these posts the whole time have been upvoted. Every single post has been upvoted. So people are disagreeing, but they're being constructive. And then the final post, the final comment, what do you dislike about the TMNT? They said, I dislike the heavy influence of politics in the development and writing. Not everything needs to be an allegory for our modern day political struggles. We just want ninja adventures, save the political BS, and it's downvoted feverishly. The Redditor said, no, it must be political. No, we disagree. It must have a heavy influence of politics and modern issues. So that they agree with everything. They can discuss anything on Reddit. But when it comes to making something not political, they say, no, it must have a message. It must have an agenda. And I've noticed a lot of the people they've claimed that they accept and like all changes, and that's not good. That kind of toxic positivity. I've noticed a lot of the fans recently, Rise, Mutant Mayhem, Tails, they seem to like the agenda of the show or the movie. They pretend to like the show, but it seems like they like the agenda. So a person responded back, "You mean April being black and gay characters existing?" And, it's that same kind of stuff. So that was on Reddit. That was someone's post. What do you dislike about TMNT? I thought that was interesting. All the posts were like, except someone says, "I want no politics," and they disliked that one. They want politics in their media over there on Reddit. Very strange group of people. Kind of like a hive mind thing going on over there. They're all scared to get downvoted, so they have these secret opinions, but interesting. So next thing I wanted to mention, another social media post. I mentioned this in my 3-year anniversary, that sometimes people repost my stuff and they get tons of views on it. So someone posted just a screenshot of the thumbnail of my video. Casey Jones is the original Kyle Rittenhouse. Kind of a controversial video from 2 years ago. And this person, they're a detractor, whatever you want to call it, a hater. But they post about me every few months. It's clear they watch all my videos. They can quote me. They quote lines from my previous videos. Like, the Ninja Turtles are brothers, but are they brothers? They always quote that line. And they post screenshots of stuff I do 1 or 2 hours after I've posted it. They're a fan, and stuff from 2 years ago as well. So it's like, they're a fan. They like hate watch me. I don't know what it's considered, but I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. And the other thing that I found interesting about this, the video itself has less than 1,000 views, 960 views. This video didn't get a lot of impressions. It's, Kyle Rittenhouse. It's a controversial kind of thing. But the tweet has 1.5 thousand likes. So they're liking the tweet, but they haven't seen the video. What are they basing this like on? What are they disliking? They just dislike the thumbnail? They're not willing to watch the video? I don't know. And that's assuming the other 1,000 people are the 1,000 people that watch the video. But of course, like I mentioned, it's like kind of just like a mindless hive. They see someone post this outrage stuff. They say I'm full of hate, but I look at their profiles, the people that retweet this and comment on it, and they're just like outraged at people all day. They just like go around calling people sexist or racist or offensive, they're just outraged all day. "Oh, you're bad. You're a bad person." Like there's some kind of hall monitor of morality. I just don't get it. What do they care what I say? I don't get it. Who do they care? What do they care what I say? I don't know, because I go against the grain. I'm not a hive. I'm a free thinker. I'm unique, unlike them. I'm happy being myself. But I don't care about their opinions. They're allowed to disagree. I don't care about anyone else's opinion. I've never made a video about someone else's opinion saying, "Your opinion is wrong." I noticed Star Wars Theory. If you're familiar with Star Wars Theory, another YouTuber, there's like a whole industry of people that criticize his opinions. They claim to be Star Wars channels, but they only make videos about, they don't make videos about Star Wars. They make videos about Star Wars Theory. And they just like make these videos like about how his opinions are wrong and like disagreeing with whatever he says, and like defending the Acolyte or whatever. I feel like the fans of the Acolyte, they kind of like the agenda that, there's no white Jedis, it's a black lead. There's like LGBTQ issues. They like the agenda, the message of the show, even if the show leaves something to be desired. Much like Rise and Mutant Mayhem and Tails, they seem to like the agenda, even though the show might not be perfect or whatever. They pretend it's perfect. And they disagree vehemently with anyone that dares to question their opinion. So, and the funniest thing is, I don't even talk about Kyle Rittenhouse at all in this video. Casey Jones is the original Kyle Rittenhouse. I think I say his name one time, but the whole video I just talk about Casey Jones. So it's kind of just a clickbaity thing. I think I say Casey Jones is like bad and wrong. I think I say everyone is bad and wrong, but this is just silly. So they got 50,000 views, as you can see here. 50,000 views on their tweet. My video has less than 1,000. It's funny how that works. That's how my content is effective. And the funniest thing is, they wouldn't be so irritated by this title, Casey Jones is the original Kyle Rittenhouse. It wouldn't be so irritating. They wouldn't be irritated if it wasn't a good comparison. If it was Casey Jones is the original Ryan Gosling, Casey Jones is the original Ellen DeGeneres, it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't hit. This sticks. This is sticky. That it hits with them. It resonates. It irritates them. It's a good comparison. Provocative comparison, of course, but just wanted to bring that up. And of course, speaking of Twitter, there was drama in the past week. Controversial news with John Cena. John Cena was in the news recently. Did you see this? John Cena in the news recently. because of who he follows on Twitter. People were, apparently Rolling Stone, it used to be a music publication, and now they just go around accusing people of being bad people for who they follow on Twitter. So what's up with Rolling Stone going around tattling on people? There's some kind of morality hall monitor as well. Oh, you can't think that. You can't follow them. He's a bad person. Look at him. He's bad. I thought they used to be a music publication, but so John Cena, of course, voiced Rocksteady in Mutant Mayhem, and he also voiced Baron Draxum in Rise of the TMNT, and he follows controversial people, and guess what? He follows me too. John Cena follows me, so all this nonsense on social media, who cares about all of that? Who cares when John Cena follows you? And I follow him as well. We're mutuals, me and John Cena, my pal, John Cena, my boy. We work out together. I give him workout tips, honestly. Give him wrestling tips. I say, oh, you got to do this. And voice acting. We're bros, brosivs. But big credit to John Cena. Interesting guy. He follows like 1 million people on Twitter, so he follows lots of people with interesting backgrounds and whatnot. But just thought that was cool news. You get bad news and you get good news throughout the week. That's the Ninja Turtle show. That's the way life goes. Life at best is bittersweet. And now it's tea time. Wow. What a show. Thank you all for joining me. Horrible start to the show today, but I hope we recovered. I was starting early. I was confused. It felt different. I was confused. But got the John Cena follow. Me and John Cena, us guys, we're tough. We don't back down. We keep plowing through. So, thank you all for joining me, of course. Thank you all for joining me. Tato Ruzu, Pixel, Daniel, thank you all for joining me. Red, DJ Mod, Jay Headley, Nordic Frost, Misori, Cat Yellow Ranger, JR24, thank you all for joining me. Joe Curious Torrance, thank you so much. Hope you all had a happy Turtle Tuesday, and I will see you this... David Tudraw, thanks again. I'll see you this Saturday for a Casey Jones comic video, and I'll see you for another live stream next week. What else is there to say? I think we've said it all. Perhaps I've said too much. Just one thing left to say. Cowabunga! Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment and share this video. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more Ninja Turtles videos like this.